Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Kai from the DDC here, coming at you with a new unboxing video. And in today's video, I have a very special purchase. This is, well, obviously the stickers on the back, like on the box itself, on the shipping box, gives it away what it could be, but this is, technically, this would be the 5th release in the remaster box sets that Metallica has been putting out since 2016 when they put out Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. And then we got Master of Puppets and then And Justice for All, the Black Album. Now, obviously, this one right here is a little bit more controversial because there are still a lot of people that do not like this album at all. Now, what album came out in 1995? Well, let's see what's in the box. Metallica, The Whole Kitchen Sink, and Metallica, Load, the remastered box set. So, this thing I've been waiting for a while, once they announced it, because I knew once they put out for pre-order I was going to get it, because this album is actually the first album I've ever listened to by them. However, I credit Ride the Lightning to when I became a fan. So, do not get me wrong. Even though I do love 90s Metallica, I'm definitely way more into the thrashier stuff, and I'm way more influenced guitar playing wise by the 80s albums. So I will definitely get more into why this album is very controversial. So let me set the phone down so I can get this behemoth out. This album I got from a pawn shop on CD when I was first starting to get into music. And at the time, I was listening to a bunch of classic rock radio, because naturally, that's just how it is. Especially when you have older parents like I did. Well, not I did, I do. Even though my mom passed away back in 2023 on Halloween. A lot of the music they listened to, I listened to, and I still listen to it. But there were certain bands that definitely became more my thing. Because they didn't mind metal, but when it came to like ground vocals and all that, my mom wasn't a fan. Which I get it. It is a acquired taste. And I'm sorry for the tablecloth. We've been working on cleaning the house and all that, but look at this. This is just... It is big. It is fantastic. And there's this gaudy album cover that I can't help but to have this sort of... It's so bad it's good. And it's even raised. Interesting enough. And they have all this stuff in here. But now to see what number I got. Because this is a limited release. Oh, wow. I actually got a little bit of a low number. I got 5... Let's see. Focus phone. Focus. I have 5,390 out of 20,000. That's actually pretty good. That's actually a bit more lower. Now would it have been cool if I got like number 1, number 2, number 3, even like number 100, of course. But you know, I don't buy these limited edition records for money reason, because I don't ever plan on selling these. Because the best thing about records is that they can last for a long time. My parents have records that span different years and all that, and I can still play them. That's actually part of the reason why I don't have my own copy of Purple Rain, because why should I get my own copy of Purple Rain when I can listen to my parents? Although, it is going to become a bit of a problem when I ever, do move out and all that, so I would have to get my own copy then, but right now I can just listen to my parents' copy, which of course they don't mind, of course, because I take care of it. And of course, this has all the contents, and it has 1,839 minutes and 31 seconds of music. So let me get this open up. So my history with this album is a very positive one. It is, like I said, this is one of those albums that I first got into, along with Def Magnetic, which at the time would have been their newest album. But at the time, you know, I was still trying to find my footing with music. Like, I didn't know, you know, even though that I was starting to get into rock and a little bit of metal, my favorite band at the time was still Linkin Park. Because I got these CDs before I really got into, if I can get this off. Oh wait, is this, hold up, this, you know, on here, dang it. Hang on a second, guys. There we go. They definitely make sure that they want this to be protected. But, so this was before I got into Guns N' Roses. Because Guns N' Roses is actually the band that really exploded my interest in music. And it's a band to this day that I credit for my love of music. Plus, Guns N' Roses was actually the reason why I got into playing guitar. So, here we go. Got it open. So let's see what's on the inside. Of course, we have the album itself. Best part is that it's doesn't have any shrink wrap, which would make sense because why would they need to when it's in a nice box? And of course, the reason why this era is so controversial is because they cut their hair, which in my opinion, I'm like, okay. I mean, Kerry King was bald during this point, so I don't know why a haircut really means anything, but okay. Plus, you know, here's the thing, you know, they probably was ready for a change, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, could they have done this because of the grunge era? Doubt it, because there were grunge rockers with long hair. You know, at the end of the day, it's just hair. This is a double gatefold. Now, I do have record protective sleeves, but I'm not going to need it because of this box. So, here's the inside. Different pictures of the boys. This would have been Jason Newsted's third album with them, but it would have been his third recording with them because his first recording was Garage Days, and this is on black vinyl. So pretty cool. I would show what the vinyl looked like, but I don't. I have to. This is old school unboxing video here, man. Has all the songs and the amazing Outlaw Torn. So can't wait to listen to this. It's gonna be freaking amazing. This is the Mama Said picture disc. So this side this has Mama Said, and it has a live recording of Ain't My Bitch, which was recorded at the Irvine Amphitheater. And I will show you guys what this one looks like. If I can can get it out. There we go. So here's the front side with the boys. And then the back side is what eventually became the CD art for the single. So pretty cool. Now, do I see me listening to this? Probably not. This is definitely going to be saying more as a collection thing, especially since Mama Said, while being a good song and a freaking amazing song that James Hetfield wrote, it is not one of my favorites on the album. But that's my own opinion, and we have a live album, which they always include at least one live vinyl in here. And this is, get this out. This is Metallica, Lollapalooza 96, and this is pretty noted because Lemmy came out and played Overkill with them. So, rest in peace, Lemmy. And this is a 3 LP. And at this time, they were still playing some stuff from their thrash days. But I've seen some set lists where they didn't really play the thrash stuff anymore. The download code, which I will not be showing this off. Now, I could give this away to someone, but you know. Yeah. Okay, now this is a cool thing that they've been doing too in these box sets, is that they have different lyrics from all the different songs, like handwritten. This must be when they were getting a lot more professional, and there's some funny comics in here, of course, that James drew and all that, and you know, pretty cool stuff, and a big part of Metallica history. And that's the thing too, guys, this is why I love these box sets, is because they throw everything about, you know, from certain history in these box sets. So they're really a bang for your buck. They are expensive, but they're worth the money. Now, this is funny. Top things Christmas means to me. James. Getting a day Xmas off from tour. Cleaning out the garage so the family has a place to sleep while visiting. Beer and pretzels. Okay, leaving beer and pretzels for Santa. Crossing out milk and cookies. Dressing up like Santa Claus. Yeah, this is funny. Why did you cut your hair? I didn't. The barber did. We got a 4 for the price of one deal. I wanted 2. And yeah. You guys can pretty much guess which one it would actually be. Because it doesn't surprise me that they probably would have had a big, like, F-off attitude about it. Because even during when they had a music video, a lot of people thought they sold out even then. And even then, like, I guess there were even claims that they sold out for Fade, like, because of Fade to Black for having acoustic guitars. And they've always had this sort of, like, F-off attitude about it. Because they don't care. This is a recreating printing of the Rolling Stones cover, and this is when they, yeah, Lars and Kirk wore too much eyeliner. But I definitely agree, it definitely would have been cooler if they definitely just reprinted the whole issue. This is a poster. This is cool. This is Lollapalooza, and this is when it was good. Like Metallica, the Ramones, Melvins. I mean, come on, Rancid, Soundgarden. I would, if I was old enough, I would definitely try to go to this lineup for sure. Especially seeing the Ramones. This is a book that deals with the history of this era. So, a lot of people was hoping they would combine Load and Reload, and I kind of already had a feeling they weren't going to, simply because of the fact that even though both albums was worked on and the songs were worked on around the same time, I knew that they were going to wait till its anniversary, which its anniversary isn't until 2027. Keep in mind, this was when they were still working hard, and they were touring and recording a lot. And after Reload, they did the Garage Inc. cover album. Then they did the live orchestra album. Can I open this up? This is God, I hate this plastic wrap. But I can understand why they put this on here. It's probably too protected. Okay, there we go. I got it. But ironically enough, they do put a little bit of a tease of the Reload era a little bit, because I believe on one of these live albums, because they put the clips up on they put a clip of them in '95 playing Devil's Dance. So yeah, I'm trying my best to work with what I have here, you guys. This is a little bit hard, but again, the infamous album. Everyone's favorite Metallica cover, 95 to 97. So this pretty much goes into the different, history of the album and all that, and with some amazing pictures and stuff like that. And I'm definitely gonna read this for sure. This was still when Jason was in the band, and obviously things with him being in the band they got pretty toxic with him, unfortunately. Because of the fact that they wanted Cliff. Let me figure out a new place to put all this for right now. Because they wanted Cliff back, and of course that's not an excuse, because the treatment of him was terrible, especially since they took away the bass from Injustice for All. But now this is super nostalgic for me, because like I said, I first had the CD version, and it has a booklet. It's actually kind of done similarly to like a mini vinyl. This actually has different inner art too of the boys. So the Beatles did something similar with their albums. They would occasionally have like mini, like replica LP sleeves and all that, because it's nostalgic and stuff. But yeah, this CD looks identical to the one I had, so I'm glad to have this CD back in my collection, because mine no longer is functional because of scratches and all that. I might get all the albums on CD, but the only way that's going to happen is with these box sets, which I do have the previous 5. I just need to get them from my girl. So, CD version of Load. With that weirdly yet cool cover. Shadowcast did. Oh, okay, now this is pretty cool. Let me get this out. This is the Shadowcast. This has riffs, demos, sessions, takes, rough, and alternative mix. This also has, one of these has the unedited version of the Outlaw and Torn, which I believe this one has it. Let's see here. I believe it's not this one. No, it is not. But yeah, it has demos and all that, which is another thing that they, again, like, you get to hear the songs while they're being worked on, which is so cool. Get this one out. This is the Shadowcast, disc 3 and 4. Can't wait to go through all these and listen to it, you guys. I believe this one might have it. No, it does not. So it must be one of the other ones. But still, it's like, there's James. Now, when, like, they were working on this album, James still had some long hair, but it was, like, in that weird style to where, like, he had that long strip of long hair. Kirk still had his long hair. Lars, I believe, also still had his long hair. Focus. There's Jason doing his thing. You know what was on here? This is on a different one. Hang on a second, you guys. I know that one of these has it. Let me double check here. I feel like I'm going insane. There's so much to talk about with this box set. I love it though. Huh. I know it was called something. Now what's cool was that the version of Wasting My Hate has this cool solo by James. So weird. I thought one of these have. Anyways, so let's get to the live album. So we'll start up here. This is live from the studio. Escape from the Studio. This is, I believe this is actually the one that, yeah, let's put it right here. Devil's Dance. So this is a little bit of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge towards the future with Reload. Because like I said, there were some songs from Reload that was still worked on. So club shows and rehearsals. Now this has that London show, I believe, on it. They play Motor Breath, and like I said, during this time, like I said, there was, they were still embracing their thrashy roots, but there was, like I said, there was a period of time that they weren't playing a lot of these older songs anymore, really. I mean, you can look at it, you can even look on Setlist FM. B-sides and rarities. Now, I believe this one has it. Yes, the Outlaw on Tour, no more manufacturing limits. So this has like the Motorhead covers that you hear on Garage Days. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. People are gonna hate me saying this, but they look like a '90s boy band on this cover. Poor Norwegian Me. So this is from Oslo, Norway. I hope I didn't butcher that wrong. Pretty cool. Again, I can't wait to listen to all of this. This is going to be a lot of listening time. And this is Poor Turning Me, the soundboard tape. So I believe this is like a mixture of different ones, I believe. Or maybe I could be wrong. So, pretty cool. So that's from 96 and 97. And over here, studio and UK shenanigans. So pretty cool. This is also going to be fun to watch, because this is an actual DVD. So Polar Beach Party, live in Canada, September 3rd, 1995. This is also a DVD. Let's see what else here. Poor Swedish Me. Actually, this was about 3 days shy of my birthday, actually. So pretty cool. And last but not least, on the air and TV appearances. Music videos, MTV Motherload, TV appearances. They have the live from Jules Harlan stuff too. So yeah, like I said, you guys, this is loaded with so much stuff. It's unreal. We have some load playing cards. We have a patch. We have some guitar picks, and bass picks, which I will not be using for my actual instrument. A replica Europe pass, and then North America. So yeah, you guys, this is a pretty cool set. I highly recommend it. If you guys don't have it, let me get this out. I highly recommend this set. If you guys can get it, it is a pretty amazing set. I gotta figure out what goes where, but yeah, you guys, let me know what you all think. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and definitely make sure to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Later, guys. Ooh, yeah!